Ralph, tell me a little about the case and what happened yesterday.
Well, we finished our case yesterday. Amy Waddle, Assistant DA Amy Waddle, and I presented.
Hang on a second. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
Sorry again.
Assistant District Attorney Amy Waddle and I just finished a 3-day-long trial against a defendant named Aroldo Aguilar, who was charged with possession of a controlled substance with the intent to deliver over 400 grams. The jury heard 2.5 days of testimony from about 7 witnesses, including a DEA agent, a Houston PD officer, Sergeant Mike Landrum, and Mandy Pieper from the Sheriff's Department, the DPS chemist Jennifer Johnson, and a couple of other witnesses that had a lesser role. We had closing arguments. The jury heard all of the evidence. The defense did not put on any evidence, rested right behind us, and the jury was out for about 2.5, 3 hours, and they found the defendant guilty. We then had flown in a lieutenant named Sean Bain from Columbus, Ohio, who had actually arrested the defendant 10 years earlier with 5 kilograms of cocaine in Columbus, Ohio, where he went to prison for that. So we proved up the fact that he had a prior federal 157 kilogram marijuana conviction in '95. He was on federal supervised release for that when he picked up his case in Columbus, and then got released from prison and came down here and was driving a van that was stopped near Community Drive in the 494 loop that was on its way to go do a dope deal with 10 kilograms of cocaine. Previous co-defendant Lauro Rincon, we tried his case back in March. He got 99 years. Judge Jerry Sandell heard the evidence and carefully weighed the evidence and handed down a life sentence for this defendant yesterday.
What else? How many more? You've got other defendants in this case.
We have 2 pending defendants that we're going to remain nameless for now because their cases are pending. But, once again, like in the last case, we commend the jury's hard work. We know it's not easy. That they can be intimidated by these groups. And, I've told you, Scott, we've gone over this time and time again, that when people get caught selling dope in this county or moving dope through this county, that the repercussions are severe.
A little bit of law enforcement into this. How it came down, basically traffic stop or?
Actually, this was an organized effort between the DEA, HPD, and our own sheriff's office. So I believe it actually started in Houston with HPD and DEA, and they reached out to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, and our Special Investigations Unit became involved in it, and ultimately took down this group there was 3 different locations that they had been working at, and they hit all of them, rounded up all the guys, all the drugs, and it was a pretty neat and tidy investigation.
So the ultimate destination for these drugs were in Montgomery County then?
Yes, they were. Mm-hmm. They were set to do the drug deal at a Los Cucos parking lot in Kingwood, and the deal was going south. There were undercover police officers all over the place. Undercover Special Agent Joel Saldana and Jose Benavides from HPD posed as buyers from Florida and were prepared to pay $700,000 for 20 kilos of cocaine. So, it was a considerable amount. The whole courtroom smelled like dope. We had 10 kilos. They recovered 10 kilos of cocaine with a special brand on it, which indicated that these people were somebodies in the dope game. And, the other 2 have trials coming up, and that's fine. We'll be ready for them too.